In this demo, I will walk you through a migration example from build config Docker strategy to OpenShift builder strategy. Let's take a simple Ruby Hello World project for this demo. I have put this example from OpenShift.org. Let's create a build config file from this project using OpenShift new build command. Whenever we use new build, OpenShift by default creates image streams for input image as well as output image. Let's look at the created build config file. Now in this demo, we will focus mainly on the source section and the strategy section of the build config spec. As you can see, we have the GitHub URI reference. The type is get, build args in Docker strategy, environment variables, and from image. In build config, we can define from image which during runtime replaces the last from image in Docker file. Now let's use crane binary to convert this build config to shipwright's build format and see our logs. By default, crane will find all build configs in the given namespace. Here it found one build config and is processing it here. It detected Docker strategy. Now there's a warning here. A warning means certain features or fields may not be supported in current version. Here the from field in build configs Docker strategy is not yet supported in the built-in builder cluster build strategy. It is supported in builder, but it's not supported in our built-in cluster build strategy. And there's an RFE here, which internally we are going to work on. By the way, it is supported in the multi-arch builder strategy. And the converted other fields. Now let's enhance the build config file to add all possible features in the Docker strategy for strategy and source sections of spec. This will give us a holistic view of any generic build config file with Docker strategy. We will also see what fields are supported and which ones are not, and how we are communicating this to our users. So I already have a file created. Let's look at it. So here I have added in source section, I have added a context directory. I have added inline Docker file, a source secret because I have moved the repo to a private GitHub repo. I have also added secrets and config maps. In build config, we can use secrets and config maps during build process. In Docker strategy, we have added pull secret because now the Docker image or the Ruby image is pulled from a private registry. We have added a no cache flag, a forceful flag, a Docker file path for custom Docker files, and an image optimization policy set to skip layers. Also, I have added volumes in build config. These volumes are available during build process. Now let's create all these secrets and config maps so that we can run this. There is one config map and 4 secrets. Let me create these. I will also need to create an image stream for Ruby enhanced output image. Now let's apply this build config file. When we apply it like this, it does not start the build run. So I will have to start the build run. Let's look at the runs. As we can see, the old run was complete and the new run for Ruby Enhance is running. Now let's try to convert this enhanced build config file with crane and see our logs. This time crane found 2 build configs. One was the old one, Ruby, and it sort of tried to convert it again, and the second one is Ruby enhanced. Now here, in addition to these fields which were successful earlier, we were able to convert 3 more fields successfully. One was a registrable circuit pull secret, which was validated, and a service account was created, which is required in shipwright's case. We also added the Docker file path successfully, and we added the git clone secret successfully. We have, I think, four warnings. Let's go through them. The from field I have already covered. No cache flag, not supported yet, but will be supported soon. Similarly, forceful flag and squash flag for image optimization policies. These flags needs to be added in builder strategies. Now, unlike build config, volumes have to be supported in the builder strategy in first in case of shipwright. So I think we need to understand what are the various scenarios of volumes used by customers in real scenarios. I did create an RFE where we can interact with customers. Config maps and secrets are not supported right now, but they will be supported soon. Now there is one thing which is inline Docker file, which I have highlighted as an error because it is not supported right now, and we sort of have taken a decision to not support it unless we really have to. And the suggestion here is to move the Docker file to a separate inline Docker file to a separate file. Thank you for watching.